Have you ever wondered how Python does things such as adding values and comparing them? That's where operators come in. So these are symbols and signs which tells Python what action to take. It can be adding two values, it can be comparing two values, or it can be taking a decision based on if a statement is true or false. So get ready and we'll dive deep into operators. Today we are talking about operators. So in this video I'll be talking about four main operators. First I'll talk about arithmetic, then we'll talk about assignment operators, then we'll talk about logical operators, and finally we'll talk about comparison operators. So first thing, arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are basic mathematical functions. So inside a print function, let's give 2 plus 3. And if you run this code, in the terminal you can see the answer is 5. So that's addition. Then we have subtraction. Which will give you 1. Okay, let me fix the font size of the editor as well. Let's go to file settings, and here you have editor. You need to go to font size. We'll put this as 20 as well. Right, now it should do. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's comment out what are the operators we are doing. Okay, so this is called addition. If you write something after a hash, it goes as a comment in the code. It doesn't affect the code. This one, subtraction. And then let's do the third one, multiplication. Okay, as print. So for multiplication we use the star mark. Okay, 2 into 3, and that's multiplication. If you run this, you can see it's multiplied 2 by 3. The answer is 6. Then fourth one, we'll do division. Print, let's say we print 5 by 2. And that's division. And if you run this, you can see you get the answer as a float value, which is 2.5. We'll do the next operator, that's called modulus. Let's say 10 modulus 3. I'll comment it out as modulus. So what this one does is, it divides 10 by 3 and will return you the remainder of this. If you divide 10 by 3, you know the answer is 3 and you get a remainder of 1. So if we run this one, you can see you get the answer as 1. Okay, right. And the next one is exponent, which is the power. Okay, print 2 double star mark 3. It means print 2 to the power of 3. That means the answer should be 8. We call this the exponent. And then we have floor division, where you use 2 forward slash, or in Python we call 2 division signs. Okay, so what this one does is, this will divide the amount by 3 and return you the whole number as an answer. So for an example, let's say here you divided 5 by 2 and the answer was 2.5, right? But in here, if you divide 10 by 3, we know the answer is 3.333. But this will only return whole number as an answer. That's called floor division. Let's run this one and see. Okay, so you get 3 as an answer, not 3.333, not 3.3, it's 3. Should be division. So that's everything for arithmetic operators. Then let's go for our assignment operators. So assignment operators are very simple. As we spoke in our previous tutorial, which is on variables, we spoke about assigning values to variables. So assignment operators are basically this equal mark here is an assignment operator, where equal assigns the amount 5 to the variable x. So if we go deep on this one, there are a few things. Okay, first we'll print this one and see if it's working. So if we print x, it should give us the answer 5, right? Now if you give x plus equals 1, so what this one does is it will add 1 and assign that amount to x. Here you have assigned 5 to the x, and then the value of x is 5, and here this will basically do this one. It will say x equals x plus 1, and now if you print x, you'll get the answer as 6. If you put x plus equals 2, this will add 2 to x and display it like that. So let's do this to the other operators as well. This will work with all the other operators as well in a similar fashion. So if I say minus equals, this will subtract 2 and display, okay, which is 3. If we give x multiply and equal by 2, then what this does is it will multiply x by 2, and the same with division. This will divide x by 2 and display, which is 2.5. Okay, now let's talk about third in our list, which is logical operators. So there are 3 main operators in Python, which are AND, OR, and NOT. So if you are familiar with logic gates, you'll see the similarity here, and OR will act as the OR gate and NOT will act as the NOT gate. This will revolve around Boolean values. So let's do it like this. I'll take a and b as 2 variables, and I'll assign true to a and false to b. Let's say we want to print the value of a and b. If you run this, you get the value as false. So this will act as an AND operator, where if you get the 2 inputs true and false, you'll get the value as false. If you get both as true, then you'll get the value as true. Assign C as true again to show you this. If you try print A and C, the answer should be true. Both conditions must be true in order for the condition to be true. If either one of the conditions is false, the condition will be false. If both are false, it's anyway false. Then if we use O operator, we'll use A or B. So in O operator, at least one of the conditions must be true in order for the whole condition to be true. So if A is true and B is false, the output will be true. Let's run this and see. If A and C are true, then also the condition will be true. Let's take 2 false here. Now let's say print B or B means false and false, then the condition will be false. What NOT operator does is it will reverse whatever it is there. So if the input is true, it will convert it into false. If the input is false, it will convert it into true. Print not A, then you get the answer as false, which is the opposite of A. Then finally we come to our last operator, which is comparison operators. So these operators are used to compare values, and they'll return true or false. So these are mainly used in if-else statements, where you are running a program, and if something is true, you execute the program, or if something is false, you don't execute the program. As an example, we can say 3 equals 3. So if we use 2 equal marks, So this is checking if 3 is equal to 3. If that is true, it will return true. If that is false, it will return false. Put a print function to this. Since this is true, it should return true, right? So if you put 4 here, since 3 is not equal to 4, it should return false. So this is something you might get confused with the single equal mark. So just remember, single equal mark is for assignment and double equal marks is to check. And the second one is not equal. So I'll put that also inside a print function. Let's say 1 not equal to. This is how we interpret not equal with an exclamation mark and equal sign. Is 1 not equal to 2? Is that true or false? So that's obviously true. Then let's talk about greater than or less than. Print 5 is greater than 3. Is 5 greater than 3? Yes, it is. So it should return true again. And also if we check the other way around, print 10 is less than 5. So is 10 less than 5? No, it isn't. So it should return false. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new today. If you have any questions, you can comment down below so we'll discuss it further. And I'll see you in next video.